En fer de lance du processus de vulgarisation du trouble bipolaire, surtout chez les enfants, on trouve le psychiatre Joseph Biederman, porte-parole, conseiller et chercheur à la solde de 25 laboratoires pharmaceutiques.
In 1996, the drug companies funneled all this money to this Dr. Biederman. He's well known. He's the one that came up and said that there's bipolar disorder in little kids. This was unheard of. There was no bipolar disorder in any kids. He came up with the study and published the articles out all over the world, and other doctors followed his lead that bipolar is in little kids.
En raison de la promotion constante faite par le docteur Biederman et ses confrères, on observe une augmentation de 4000% du nombre de diagnostics du trouble bipolaire chez les enfants depuis 1994. Et le nombre d'ordonnances d'antipsychotiques prescrites aux enfants a quintuplé, atteignant à peu près 2,5 millions d'ordonnances. En 2008, le docteur Biederman a été accusé à la suite d'une enquête du Sénat de ne pas avoir déclaré 1,6 million de dollars de revenus personnels provenant de laboratoires pharmaceutiques. Mais les dégâts avaient été faits. À cause de cette lubie des troubles bipolaires inventés par le docteur Biederman, les antipsychotiques ou neuroleptiques, psychotropes parmi les plus forts que l'on prescrive, sont des drogues de choix pour la psychiatrie. Les 3 antipsychotiques qui se vendent le plus rapportent en tout 25 000 dollars bruts toutes les minutes. Et même si l'industrie des psychotropes rapporte déjà beaucoup, les psychiatres font tout pour fournir des diagnostics qui la rendent encore plus lucrative.
Let's say this is the pie right here of a certain class of medications, and this is a pretty profitable pie, and everybody wants a piece of that pie. But what would happen if we made that pie even bigger? And how you make the pie even bigger is by expanding the uses for those drugs.
They've already got a drug that's approved on the shelf. They can just pull it off the shelf, and rename it, repackage it, and say, look, we've got a new drug for a new illness.
When Prozac's patent ran out, that Eli Lilly had to look for a new source of profits. So all they did was change the name of the drug from Prozac to Serafem, change the color of the pill from green to pink, and marketed it for PMDD, which was newly introduced into this book.
What it tells us is that if you can come up with a label, a diagnostic label for a drug, then you can sell it like hotcakes.
It's a business model, and it's a billion-dollar business model, and it works, and it's going to keep continuing.
Aujourd'hui, n'importe qui peut, sans le savoir, prendre un psychotrope rebaptisé, reconditionné et prescrit dans un but non psychiatrique. Le Zyban, prescrit comme traitement pour les fumeurs, est en fait l'antidépresseur Wellbutrin. Le Cymbalta, une drogue psychiatrique prescrite pour soigner la dépression et l'anxiété, est maintenant vendu sous le nom de Yentrève pour venir à bout de l'incontinence urinaire. Les chercheurs psychiatriques testent des psychotropes pour des conditions aussi variées que l'obésité, l'alcoolisme, la passion du jeu, les bouffées de chaleur, l'herpès, la nausée, les démangeaisons, les tremblements et la tendance à s'arracher les cheveux. Il existe une pilule pour chaque maladie et on ne dit à pratiquement personne à quel point ces psychotropes sont dangereux.
As a chemist, I'm making these drugs. They're proving deadly in our labs, and they're proving deadly in other labs. Dangerous, ineffective, causing the exact same thing they're supposed to treat. How are they selling them?
For anyone who's given a label of a psychotic illness, drugs seem to be the automatic choice of treatment as night follows day.
That's all psychiatry does. It's dominated by psychopharmacologists who do nothing but manage symptoms by dispensing pills. That's it. And they don't work. But the fact that they don't work works to the advantage of the drug companies and the psychiatrists, which means that you're not cured, which means that you're a patient for life, you're a customer, you're a client for life. And the worse your health gets, the more drugs you need. It's a great deal for them.
We should all be up in arms about the way we're being treated by psychiatry today. This is a very dangerous industry that has gone so far overboard in inventing fictitious diseases and drugging our children and our population that I consider it to be engaged in crimes against humanity.
Avec plus de 80 milliards de dollars rapportés par an par les psychotropes, il est impossible d'échapper à la vague de maladies psychiatriques qui submerge la société d'aujourd'hui. Mais derrière le marketing des psychotropes se cache un secret que les patients des psychiatres seraient choqués d'apprendre. Comment a-t-on testé ces médicaments et quels en sont les dangers ?